Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate the path to finding the winner. Well, a big preview day on Sunday with our Group 2 designated lead-ups to Champions Day in a few weeks. They're not the races I'll be covering on this show, but there's certainly plenty of information regarding the Sprint Cup and the Chairman's Trophy. You'll find that all over the Hong Kong Jockey Club website. I'm going to deal with a couple of the undercard races, and firstly race 5, where our winning factor is the map. Now here we're in Class 3, 1200 metres, and the in-form horse here is Champion Instinct from the David Hall yard. He's a winner up in class after 3 straight victories in Class 4. But he'll get some opposition here from Endeared, who was unlucky last time out. Hasten Delight was heavily bet at his first Hong Kong run and didn't have a lot go right, when only 7th. And Lady's Choice is coming off what was frankly a failure last time as favourite. So as you can see, it's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of the on-paper form for this race, and I'm sure that's going to push a lot of punters in the direction of Champion Instinct. He's the one who's racking up a picket fence of wins next to his name, and here is the latest of them. This is race 508. Champion Instinct is in gate 9 with red colours, yellow cap, and we see a trick that he seems to have only been taught recently by jockey Andrea Atzeni, getting out of the gates fast. And even with good speed on, he's able to be handy and ends up with the absolutely perfect run through the race, tagging some leaders who have really been doing a little bit too much up front. He never looks in danger. There's a brief tussle with the leaders, but eventually he comes clear to make it 3 wins in a row at this course and distance in Class 4. Now, up in class off a victory is something we often look for on this show, and I'm sure that Champion Instinct is going to be one of the leading players here. But I do think that the best form in the race belongs to Lady's Choice. Now, there's no getting around it. He simply wasn't himself last time he ran as favourite. He was hanging, he was doing a lot of things wrong. But I'm going to go back to his run the start before that, when he was beaten by a very promising horse in a tight finish. This is race 413, blue and yellow colours from gate 11. And Lady's Choice jumps well here and pushes forward, but does find a couple of others doing the same. So he has to go quicker than ideal to get around them and across to the rail. And when he does get there, he is kept busy up in the lead. So there were no breaks for him. The winner, Smart Ka Ying Rising, is in the red sleeves, just camped behind him with a soft run, and when it comes down to the nitty-gritty late, that proves the difference, as the earlier work tells, and Lady's Choice fights hard but can't hold out the winner. Now that's terrific form. What happened last time? Anyone's guess. Certainly forgiveness is very much a virtue in this case, but I'm taking a lead from Zac Purton, who has trialled Lady's Choice since that run and is happy to ride him in Sunday's race, where the map is very much his way. As we've seen, Champion Instinct these days is pinging out of the gates, but he's also out in the outside barrier here, meaning that he needs to worry about what the rest of the field is doing if he wants to get across. Hasten Delight, he has pace and should get a nice run forward, while Endeared, he lacks early speed and he's going to get back. Meanwhile, Zac Purton can ride Lady's Choice positively from the inside draw, and he has a few options depending on how the speed is going. So the tip from me in race 5, Lady's Choice. His winning factor, the draw. Now I will confess I don't know what happened last time. Maybe he just had an off day, Lady's Choice, but his form is the strongest in the race, and the way this race sets up, he's got all the favours from the inside draw. The other race I want to take a look at is race 9, where our winning factor is tactical speed. So this is a 1600 metre class 4. We have Aestheticism dropping back down in grade. Down in the weights, Fight Time and Can't Go Wong rising in grade. He'll have fans, but I think most of the focus here will be on Volcanic Spark and California Totality. Now one of that pair is a last start winner, California Totality. and the other horse finished only 9th behind him in that race. But there was a bit more to that story, as we'll see in a moment or two. First of all, I'm going to take you back to January and the last time that Volcanic Spark drew an inside gate. This is race 337 over 1400 metres, and Volcanic Spark is in gate 2, white and aqua colours. He's not the best away, but that has been his style. Hugh Bowman gets him travelling okay in the back half in a race where the speed comes out of it during the middle stages. But even with the speed against him, Volcanic Spark produces a brilliant finishing sprint to get through and be the strongest on the line. Now, that was an excellent win without the tempo really to help him. Since then, he's had barrier 14 twice, Volcanic Spark. It hasn't helped, and certainly his 9th behind California Totality was not the whole story. Let's take a look at that race. Race 525, Volcanic Spark fast out of gate 14 this time, white and aqua colours, but Hugh Bowman steadies, eventually getting him in past midfield, wide with some cover, while California Totality in dark blue colours from gate 3, not the best away, but his low draw allows Brenton Avdulla to push through to get forward, and that proves critical in a race where the pace is only steady throughout. So the advantages are with California Totality here in running. In the straight, Avdulla sends him clear at the 250 mark, but Volcanic Spark, he's been wide with cover, he has to wait for clear room, and then does not get it, getting a check around the 150 metre mark. So I don't think we saw the absolute best from California Totality there, but he did win the race. As for Volcanic Spark, well, we didn't see not only his best, but we didn't see him really at all over the final stages after that interference. Now, when we take a look at Sunday's map, a total excuse there for Volcanic Spark, and now he has an inside draw. So he might be able to sit closer this time, but he's never been a horse that sits up close to the pace in his races. Meanwhile, California Totality will be right up on the leaders as he was there. G-Liner, he's been going well leading in some dirt races lately, and he looks the likely front runner again at an even more pedestrian speed than the race that we have just seen the replay. That'll be against the likes of Can't Go Wong or Aestheticism, who get back, or some of the other potential chances, and the talent to race up near the lead looks vital in this race. So the tip in race 9, California Totality. His winning factor, the tactical speed. As we've seen, he has the capacity to race up on the pace. I don't think it's his best style. I think ultimately we'll see him at his best when he's able to sit back a little off a fast pace and run on. But we've seen he can win racing this way, and that's going to be important because I don't think his main rivals are able to do that. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.